Hey everybody, and welcome back to my Fallout 3 BB gun run. Today you join us doing the quest Those, killing giant ants in Marigold Station. I've done some off-camera inventory management, picked up some more BBs. I'm no longer addicted to any of the chems I took before, and sold some stuff. Today we're going to be heading into the Ant Queen's lair to try to kill her guardians. This is going to be quite difficult, even with normal weapons. The guardians can be fairly hard. So use the same tactic we've been using before. We're going to try to frenzy them if we can, and then run them into other enemies. Also going to try to start off with sneak attack critical here. Alright. Doesn't look like there's any other enemies right now, so we're just going to go for headshots. I probably should have taken some Psycho before I started doing this, but no time like the present. Yeah, so this is the major one I'm worried about, because all the other ones we're going to have a pretty easy time like backing up, so we don't have to worry about the fire breath, but my back is literally against the door at the moment. So I'm going to take a shot in bats and then run past this guy. Stop fire breathing me, you weirdo. I don't want to move too far down the hallway, though, because if I do that, I could get the other guardians involved. Crippled his head, which is a good chance to run past him, because they actually spray their flame in the way that their direction that their head is facing. So when you cripple their head, they kind of look up into the air. All enemies do that. Come on, last hit. Critical hit. Didn't need it, apparently. Alright, so that's one ant nest guardian down. I believe 4 to go. Drink some purified water, get our health back. Took us about 20 BBs, so I'm glad I went back for some more BBs, because that means we could have killed about 2. Just gonna move up quietly and try to find the next one. Oh, there's nothing up that way. Yeah, oh, I hear it, and I can see it on the map now. Technically, you can see all of them on the map, because those flashing green arrows are the quest markers. Didn't get sneak attack this time, but this time we at least have enough room to run when we want to move. Are you gonna do the shuffle? Just shuffle back and forth and let me shoot you on the head? No, you're gonna bob up and down like and get stuck in the wall. I will not complain if your AI goes bad. Sorry, Ant Nest Guardian. Lucky critical strike, and then stuck on a rock, so it took a little bit of fire damage, but not too bad. All in all, because we came in at a pretty low level, these guys aren't too bad. If you come in at higher levels, they can be actually fairly brutal. Like, you don't want to mess with them. But, as always, Entomologist, great perk for killing insects. Duh. It's what it does on the tin. It's not a special super perk, or it just kills ants. So we're going to move up this way. We're trying to be careful not to, basically, we don't want to aggro the Ant Queen, because we're not allowed to hurt her if we want the good rewards from Lesko. And we do. Like, you know, we could worry about the populace of the wasteland, or We could worry about Brian Wilkes and his dead parents. Or we could have a mad scientist inject us with mutated ant genes. Which one sounds best to you? I know which one sounds best to me. Honestly, I hate to admit it, but it's probably easier to kill these ants just by shooting them repeatedly than trying to frenzy them and then sick them on other ants. It's such a much cooler way to do it the other way. And honestly, if you're doing enough damage with a real weapon, frenzying is a great tactic just because, like, if you put 1 or 2 bullets into an ant and they frenzy, you can use that opportunity to finish them off while they go fight something else. And Frenzy is a great trick when they don't breathe fire. Like, if you have anything you can Frenzy that doesn't breathe fire, do that, because if they're melee, because then you can be like, hey, I lead this melee enemy around and it murders other enemies for me. Heal back up. Oh, something else is coming after me already. Stop shooting me with fire. I mean, I could take some ant nectar, but there's 2 reasons I don't want to. One, there's a terminal that you can hack later on, and and fire nectar really lowers your intelligence. And 2, I don't need to. I want to save it. Of course, saving it's stupid because pretty much the only creatures that breathe fire are these guys and people who use flamers, and flamers are a fairly rare weapon in the wastelands, so it's not something I would normally worry about. Oh, did I walk myself? I walked myself into a corner. That's not good. See if we can cripple his head. Being in bats means that we're taking way less damage from the fire. Yeah, here we go. Oh, we're already back at the entrance. Okay, so we gotta kill this guy as fast as possible. Did my cycle wear off or something? Don't think it should have. Okay, so I take it all back. We're gonna take some fire and nectar, drink some Nuka-Cola. Their backs again against the door. And another one goes down. Yeah, Psycho must have worn off and I didn't notice. Should probably take some more, but with like 4 out of 5 dudes dead, it would be kind of a waste. Who am I kidding? Psycho's never a waste. Alright, so let's look at the quest. Those. Eliminate all 5 ant guardians. So, there's the ant queen in there. I don't want to piss her off because she will spit at you and mess you up. So, don't do that. Instead, we're going to move over here and find the last guardian. Second last guardian? I don't know. I haven't been counting. All I know is we're going to find this dude and put some shots into him. Apparently he thinks he's close enough to shoot us or something, but he can't look up, so... Ha! Take this in your puny neck. And... oh, never mind. He looked up. Actually, down here, we want to be kind of careful to not frenzy these ants, because I don't know if frenzying an ant and having them attack the queen will fail us the quest, the optional bit of the quest, but I don't really want to find out. This takes me back to my 10th birthday when I killed a rat roach with my BB gun. Good days. Good days. Now here I am, way older, firing BB guns hundreds and hundreds of times into bad guys. And there's the Ant Queen. Yeah. Don't want to tussle with her, so we're just going to go back and talk to Lesko. He'll deal with her himself. There's actually another quest that you can solve by killing the Ant Queen, which is pretty cool. But I like that reward is a small amount of caps, and the reward from Lesko is way better, and so it's totally worth doing this. Ah, there's the entrance. Let's go. Hey, let's go.
I've detected some changes within the Queen's hatchery with my equipment. What's transpired?
My work is done, Doctor.
Oh, how marvelous. Please, tell me what happened. Come now, the faster you tell me, the faster I can provide promised payment for your services.
He knows how to talk to a dude. I killed all the Nest Guardians.
Then I will proceed to my portable terminal at once and make the necessary changes to the formula. Thanks very much for everything. You've been quite a useful lab assistant.
I'm ready for my stuff.
How marvelous. Here is the promised lab coat. I'm certain you'll find it quite useful. Which injection did you want? Will it be the Ant Sight or Ant Might?
Because I'm not doing pretty much any strength, Ant Sight.
How marvelous. Ant Sight it is. Hold still, please.
Yep. Your perception increases by 1, and you're now 25% resistance to fire.
Time to start back at square one. Yes, what did you need?
So what should we do now, Doctor?
Well, I will continue my research. There has to be a way to reduce these creatures to their former size. Until then, I will be staying in my shack next to the Wilkes' home should you ever wish to visit me.
What should I do about Brian Wilkes?
You should take him away from this place. Find him a home.
Okay.
It would be difficult to accomplish my experiments with him scampering about and asking an interminable amount of questions.
You should at least tell him you're alive. He thought it was alone.
I can't risk leaving this place. I have to continue monitoring the hatchery for any further mutations in the next brood. I have no time for children and their petty games. What do they know about the importance of my work?
Let me ask you something else. I have to go now. Alright, so head back into the Ant Queen for one other piece of loot. That's pretty cool. So, besides the +2 to perception, the other thing we got is Lesko's Lab Coat, which gives us rat resistance 20, science +10. With that, and yeah, we have a science of 50, which is just perfect for walking in here. Walk up to this terminal. We're gonna hack it, assuming I don't fail to hack it a billion times because I suck. Returning. Nope. 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 Reason I suck at hacking is I'm really impatient and I don't actually do it most of the time. Like, the best I can do is I know that it doesn't have ing in it. There we go. So we're going to hack into his terminal, and then the next thing we're going to do is send an inhibitor pulse. And we're going to steal his big book of science, and we're going to sneak back out. We don't want to fight the Ant Queen. Yes, they should have made... They probably should have made the Ant Queen friendly, but they didn't. And actually, now that I think about it, you know, you could probably... Ah! Never mind. Holy crap. Yeah, run, let's go. That's what I would do, too. Yeah, so, what was I talking about before I let out a girlish scream? Oh, right, you'd probably go back and kill the ant now to do the other quest, but the other quest doesn't matter to me, so I'm not gonna bother. Cycle wears off. So, while we're down here, all of the ants should be fighting each other now, I believe. Because the inhibitor pulse thingy, maybe not.
Oh.
There's one other thing we want to do before we leave Marigold Station. Oh, it's so much nicer to be fighting workers again. Like, workers. They aren't scary at all compared to soldiers or the other ones. Did I not send the pulse? That's a possibility. I might have just hacked the terminal and then ignored it. I don't know. Oh, I'm still wearing a lab coat instead of a actual suit of armor. Genius. I take it back, I guess. 25% fire resistance is helping quite a bit right now, because still some ants to clear out. Going to VATS, get some VATS defense while we fire. There we go. Alright, we're gonna heal back up to full. Need some ant meat. We got a lot of it. Oh, and we leveled up. So with this level up, same as always. Now, some of you are going to be like, James, you shouldn't push small guns past 90 because you can go pick up the bobblehead and get small guns up to 100 by the plus 10 from the points in small guns. One slight problem. I'm not getting the small guns bobblehead because it's a pain to pick up all the transcripts that you need to... It's basically a scavenger hunt. You got to get 5 different things, and I hate doing it. So I'm just going to raise small guns up to 96 and go from there. For our 6th level, we're going to be taking... commandos at 8, so... toughness would be good, and we'll probably pick that up at some point. But today we're going to be taking Bloody Mess, plus 5% extra damage with all weapons. It doesn't really matter with the BB gun most of the time that we get plus 5% extra damage. Like, woo, 5% of 3 is not anything. But eventually it might matter when we're doing like 25% with a particular perk. Like the Robotics Expert perk gives you plus 25% to damaging robots, and pushing it up to 30 could be okay. So, yeah. William Brandis. I don't know who this guy is, but I'm going to take his stuff. Oh, right. He's, the dead dude we found with the note. Or, no, not the dead dude with the note. Oh, nice and plus 5. I'll take that. He was the guy that lived in the house across from Brian Wilkes. He's an Enclave soldier from California. Yeah. So you see this flashing light here. This is where we're headed. We're going to head in there. Computer, or just lock. Either way, I prefer lockpick to hacking, even though I'm better at hacking. Skill wise, like gameplay wise, I'm better at lockpicking. So we're gonna pick this lock. Make sure we have a BB gun equipped and our armor on, and move on inside. Over here is the safe, Grady's safe. So first we're gonna loot the room. A Ripper, guaranteed Ripper spawn, pretty great. If you're doing a melee weapons build, Rippers are great weapons. They have a really high critical chance range and stuff, so if you're doing some sort of... Yeah. Alright, so we're going to open Grady's safe, and we find the Naughty Nightwear. Now, save, and we head back out this way. This dude shows up, Lugnut.
This one time. Give me the Naughty Nightwear.
I'm keeping it, and I advise you to back off before I get angry.
Wrong answer, dead meat.
Fine. How about you pay me for it?
I warned you.
Now he's going to try to take it from me. So, as with most humanoid enemies, I'm going to try to shoot him in the arm and get him to drop his gun and then pick it up. That's why it's so important to loot the room before you fight Lugnut, because... Alright, how's his arm going? His arm's crippled. Ah, man, he picked it up again. Picked it up before I could get a chance to stop him, so... We're just gonna have to shoot him a bunch. Yes, this thrilling battle of us standing like 10 feet away from each other and firing shots into each other. Yeah, fighting like Raider-like enemies sometimes not the most interesting because they're not doing enough damage to really hurt me, and I'm not doing any damage, so we just sit across from each other and take pot shots. Lugnut's dead. Take his stuff. And then we're going to go talk to Brian Wilkes. We'll head up this way. I don't think there should be... Oh, never mind. There's an ant that way. And it's a soldier. I thought I cleared out all the ants in this direction. Oh, I came in from the other direction this time. Normally because the Naughty Nightwear is actually really good. It gives you a plus 10 speech, and plus 10 items are some of the better items in the game. You know, if you ever find an item that gives you plus 10 to anything, you want to hang on to it, because that's, depending on your intelligence, anywhere from a third of a skill point's worth of level, or a level's worth of skill points, to a entire, you know, level's worth of skill points to half. Because, in Fallout 3, you get 1 skill point for every intelligence you have, plus 10. So, with 10 intelligence, you get 20. With 1 intelligence, you get 11. So, getting a plus 10 item is really quite good. And it's like, it's why I like Lesko's lab coat. It dovetails really nicely into the fact that you need 40 science to pick up, the entomologist perk, which means that so you pick up 40 science, you go do those, and all of a sudden you have a lab coat that pushes your science up to 50, so you can do average locked things. Another one over here. I should turn off this light. So we're just gonna live and let live if it doesn't come after us, but it's coming after us, so instead we're gonna shoot it in the face a bunch. Opens to Falls Church. We don't want to go to Falls Church. Falls Church has super mutants, and we're not at the level yet where we want to take on super mutants. And we're also down to 43 BBs, which is an absolute pain because I spent like weeks in-game time traveling back and forth between merchants trying to buy BBs, and I just got really unlucky on my draws and got almost nothing. 45 Magnums, pretty sweet. Silenced 10mm pistol, one of the weakest weapons in the game. Way better than ours. I'll crack open this ammunition box. Ammunition's great just because it's weightless, so we can always store as much ammunition as we want and sell it later. Put back on my Talon combat armor. Yeah, so we're going to head out, talk to Brian Wilkes, and finish up the quest Those for a chunk of experience. And turn... Oh, right. You can either run all the way across the platform, or you can run up through the metro tunnels to the side. You know, I would really not want to work in these areas if this wasn't, you know, the post-apocalypse. Like, these must have been really not fun to work in before the war. Should pop out right here. Yeah. Head back over to Brian Wilkes. Keep an eye out for fire ants because I might have messed up setting off the inhibitor pulse. Doesn't look like there's any around though. Brian, come out of your tube.
Is there any food in here?
No, moron.
It was so weird. All of a sudden, the ants went nuts and started fighting each other.
Yeah, that's what the
It was
inhibitor
like
pulse
they
does.
were
It makes
totally
all the
crazy.
ants fight each
It was
other
really scary,
outside of
but
it.
kinda
Clears
cool
out
at
all
the
the
same
ants
time.
outside of Marigold
You know what I
Station.
mean?
Yep, it was all me.
I wish I had something to give you for all the work you did. But I never really had much to start with. I guess now you'll be on your way. and I'll
You
have to
are
try
a
living here by
lying
myself.
jerk, Brian Wilkes. Because if you
I hope
passed
you'll
the
come back
speech
and
check
visit
earlier,
someday.
he gives you to a key to a dumpster full of stuff. I can't leave you alone. Let me find you a place to live.
Really? You mean it? Oh boy, thank you so much. I'll wait in my old house for you to come back. I need to bury my papa anyway. Just don't forget about me.
I won't, Brian. Bye.
You're pretty swell for a grown-up.
So, that's the end of those for the moment. There's actually 3 different ways you can end the quest, because you have to find a home for Brian Wilkes. You can, you can head to Rivet City and talk to Victoria Watts, and she's his aunt or something. She'll take him in. But I don't want to do that because that gives you good karma, and I'm trying to stay at neutral karma. You could also head up to Paradise Falls, which is somewhere in this area, if I remember. Maybe there? Yeah. If you do that, you can sell them into slavery, which makes you evil. The other option is you head all the way in this direction, and you head to Lamplight, which is what we're going to be doing next week. We're going to head to Girdershade to turn in the Lucky Nightwear quest, and we're going to head to Lamplight to find a home for Brian Wilkes. So yeah, we'll be heading into Yao Guai Company. Yay! So I hope you had fun watching me run through the tunnels like a moron. Thank you for joining me in my Fallout 3 BB gun run, and I'll see you next time.